Ready? Mm-hmm. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Nancy Bravo. People call me Bravo, or if you knew me for a long time, you might know me by Giggles.
And who's your brother?
My brother is Juan Pedro Bravo. Everybody knows him as Pete.
Where was Pete from?
He was from Santana Blocc Compton Crips.
KMV video, you know this is for sure. KMV video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby. KMV video, you know this is for sure. KMV video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby. For the dime moves and the lokes, for the 6-4s on spokes, for the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole, for the homegirls with the scrap game, little homies that gang bang, from Pelican Bay to YA, rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you've been through, shit you had to go tend to. Your mama gave birth on the turf.
I was the founder. I created Conan Pocket in my mother's garage.
I had a lot of, lifting weights, and I was on swole. They started calling me Big Miz.
KMV video, you know this is for sure. KMV video, open your soul.
This is only the beginning.
My family is from Sinaloa, Mexico, and I have 5 sisters, 1 brother. I'm the youngest. All of my sisters were born in Mexico, but my father decided to come to California and make a better life for his family. So I was born here and my brother was born here.
What year was your brother born?
My brother was born in, I believe, 1968, November 5th, 1968.
And you grew up in Compton?
They lived in Carson, in like the Scott Park area of Carson.
Well, what year did they land in Carson?
I believe 68 because he was born. That I know they used to live in Los Angeles too. Don't get me wrong. I believe they used to live off of Century and 108th, like that way toward Western and 108th, I believe. I don't know if they lived there. I wasn't born, so I don't know. I just know when they lived in Carson, that's when I lived with them. Because we didn't move to Compton till I was about 3 years old, 3, 4 years old, because we moved to Compton in 79.
In 79?
Yes.
Did your father ever explain to you why he came to America? What was his mission?
To, I guess, to better a life, have a better life for his family. I guess the American dream, what everybody else thinks of when they see America. Money, think everything's going to be lavish. It's just better for your family.
He came by himself?
He came by himself at first, and he was working, sending back money to my mother and the kids. And then after that, I guess he brought them back over.
And when he brought them back, that's when he was living in Carson at the time?
I believe Los Angeles first, and then moved to Carson.
Was your dad part of the Sinaloa cartel? Is that why you came?
No, my father is a working man. He knows a lot.
Make the correlation.
It wasn't even like, like how you see it now. When I used to go visit Mexico, it was nothing and looked nothing like that. How you see it on TV, how they portrayed like the cartel and all of that.
So was he from Culiacan or?
Los Mochis.
Los Mochis, okay, got you.
Well, actually it's like Los Mochis and then it's Wasabi, and then in between they have like little towns that's called like ejidos, so like little
like
towns.
Where the Oaxacas are?
No, this
Okay.
is a whole nother state.
Okay.
So how were you able to go back? You went by yourself?
No, I went with them. They used to go to vacation.
So when Pops came, he came illegally?
Yes.
So did he get a citizenship?
Yeah, they're all American citizens now. Now.
Did he get it through the Reagan amnesty program in '86?
Maybe, they probably did because they all had the green cards back then, Not till recently did they become actually American citizens.
Okay. So 1979 is when you guys land on what street in Compton?
On Rose Avenue.
Rose Avenue. That's a man. That landed on 79 on Rose Avenue. That means you guys was there in the thick of things.
Yes.
Yeah, and what part of the block of Rose did you live in actually?
The 600 block.
Oh yeah, because if I recall right, I think there was the Hartfields, which is SAG and T-Bone Hub, H&H. Then there was 80 Gangster and Craig Lazy, and then there was Bebop and Pat. Then when there was Perry that lived in the duplexes, across the street was the White Jenkins and
The Stars. They called them the
right.
Stars. It
and
was
the
like,
Stars,
yeah.
right? And then next door to there was Ears and his family.
Big Bam.
Yeah, and Big Bam. And then right, of course, then we had Bebop and Pat. Right there where everybody was at, right?
Yeah.
And you guys were approximately how many doors down from there?
We were in the middle of the block, so.
And then you guys exactly across the street from JB, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right across the street.
Okay.
Quick question: were you guys the first Mexican family to move on that block?
No.
Oh, there was other Mexican
Yeah.
families on the block.
So being on that part of the roads in that time in 1979, right? There was a lot of tribal wars going on in the Compton communities, and Santana was like in the middle of all the other tribes, right? So, as a little girl, how did that impact you, or how did that have an impact on your life?
Like everything that was going on, like, well, I mean, I guess you get used to it. Like
that's a lot to get used to.
Well, you're not outside as a little girl, but I mean, you get used to hearing like all the shootings and everything like that. You know, you just, I mean, not till you grow up and you like understand things more do you notice like it's really scary. But back then, you don't think of it like that.
And 79, just how old were you?
I was only probably like 4.
4, okay. So Pete and 79 had to be what, 10, 11?
Yeah.
11. Okay.
Because he's 7 years older than me.
So therefore, he was aware of what was going on at that time.
Yes.
So when did Pete, or can you recall when did Pete actually come down the street from the middle of the block and meet the fellas?
I think he been came down the street. I mean, everybody on Rose was like family. It wasn't like a gang. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like more like family. Everybody was family. Everybody played on that block.
Because the Juan Longino and them lived there, and
yes.
And Shabo, which is your home.
Yeah, Shabo.
Rest in peace, Shabo. Okay, gotcha. Go ahead, back to your
So
point.
it was everybody that was dead back then, they were all young. You know, it was older people, but the young ones that are like gang members now, I mean, they all used to play down together, you know. Like, you remember like the milk crate things, they used to put rollerblades at the ends and pushers, put carpet in they stuff and like rollers. You know, like just having fun. Like we were younger and they was a little bit older, but you know.
So you had a go-kart?
No, my brother and them used to cut the milk crates and put the carpet and put the little like skateboard, them old skateboards to roll you in, put you in.
So you thought it was cool?
Yeah, it was cool.
Okay, okay. So across the street, there was Scooty and Kilowatt, right?
Yes.
That was directly across the street from you.
Probably like 2 houses down across the street.
And Kilowatt, rest in peace as well, right?
Yes.
Do you remember what year that happened?
Oh, I was just looking at my obituaries. I could have brought all of them. Oh my God, when did it was 97 probably. Okay. I don't know. But I just looked at his obituary.
Okay.
I just want to rewind a little bit and get into your little history as far as what elementary school did you go to? I
went to Tibby Elementary in Compton, and we were bused there. Because it's way on the, what is that, the west side? Yeah.
There was internal busing within Compton?
Yes. They picked us up. In front of my house was a bus stop, and they took us all the way to Tibby. And that's way on the east side. I mean, the west side. So that was a long distance. That's how I know a lot of people, like, from that area over there, because I went to elementary school with them.
And what area would that be?
That's like Cedar Block, Neighborhood Park, and Palmer Block, all, like, together right there.
And those kids also went to Davis?
They went to Davis. I didn't go to Davis.
Where'd you go?
I went to Carson. I went to Stephen White. Middle school.
I'm not familiar with that. Where's that at?
That's on Figueroa and 223rd in Carson.
And why were you going to school in Carson?
My mom didn't want me to go to Davis. So one of my sisters was still living in Carson, and they enrolled me out there.
And from there, where'd you go?
I went to Carson High, but I didn't really like it too much, so I made them enroll me into Compton High.
When did you realize or become aware of Santana Blocc or gangs period in Compton? When did you become conscious of that?
I think at a young age, probably like around, I'm gonna say like 6, 7, because they used to come around to the house. You know, the people that hung with my brother, like they would say Santana, or they would throw it up. You could just tell, you know.
Can you give us a roll call on those individuals?
Well, my brother-in-law, which is Cyrus, and like T-Baby, Rock, D-Dog, you know, a lot of them. They came to the house and hung with him. My brother had pigeons in the backyard.
Not the pigeons. Look, how many of your brother's friends was Latino?
I'll just say probably, I'm going to say one probably Latino because he lived a house away from us, which is Rab.
What about Juju?
Yeah, he lived 2 blocks away from us. But yeah, no, him is another one, but Rab was probably more closer because he did live 1 house away from us.
I got a question. Within your household, within your family, what language did you guys speak in the house amongst each other?
Spanish.
So would you consider your family a traditional Mexican family?
Yes.
So what did your father think when Pete joined a black gang in Compton?
I don't think they accepted that he was in a gang still to this day, but I mean, they know it. But my father was working all day. My father was working. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. Like, my mom doesn't know how to even drive a car. You know, my dad went to work every day from like, how they say 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? Every day. So he'd come home and whatever. So really my mom took more of a role with us at home and knowing what's going on with us, you know, unless she brought it to his attention. So
you told me your father and your mom were naive to Pete being from Santana Blocc.
I think so. Because they refuse to believe, like, you know, you don't ever want to think the worst about your kids or, you know, that they in something that they shouldn't be doing, you know, so I guess they just try to, like.
I'm sure they heard the gunshots outside.
Yeah, I know. They know. I mean, they know, but, I mean, who wants, I don't know. I guess they didn't want to admit it.
Were Pete's friends allowed to enter the house and hang out in the house, or that was off limits?
No, they was allowed. It was a couple that was allowed in there. I mean, he wouldn't bring, like I said, it was more like a family. So that was just like his friends. They didn't really consider them over there like banged up. And, you know what I'm saying? It was like young teenagers. So it was, they was allowed.
But Pete stayed banged out, right?
Well, I don't know. I guess she didn't see it like that.
When did he go to camp for juvenile hall?
Ooh, probably like 84, 85, probably 85.
And you guys used to go visit him.
Yes, we sure did.
Were they still naive then?
Look, I don't know, because sometimes it'll be like, when you don't go to school, you get locked up back then. Because I remember we used to even go way to LA to pay. They used to have to pay to keep them in camp back then. And we used to have, she had to make payments. So it was like for school or having a knife or things like that. So
you brought a picture today with you and the family going to visit Pete. And where was that at?
That was Paso Robles.
CYA?
Yes.
And you was doing what in that picture?
Throwing up a C sign.
Okay, and you was aware. How old were you at that point?
Oh, how old was I? I don't know, probably 11 or 11.
So you were very aware of your surroundings.
I was aware. I said they probably didn't want to admit what was going on. It's interesting that you mentioned
the part about the Spanish, because that was a great asset to the Santanas, because Turtle utilized that, because that's one of the reasons why Pete became so close with Turtle, because Pete can negotiate between the cartel or whatever, and explain what's going on and how that. And Pete was used in that sense always. You know what I mean? So he became a real just an advocate for that part of what was going on, because Turtle liked to operate with impunity, and that was one of the tools that he used to cut to the chase, so to speak.
And a lot of people didn't think he knew Spanish because how he looked. He's darker and he looks like he's black, And a lot of people didn't think he knew Spanish. I mean, there was an incident at AMPM a long time ago. And, they thought he didn't know Spanish.
It looked like he had a Jerry curl once upon a time. Did when you guys used to go on those family trips back to Mexico, was Pete part of that?